Hidden Object Guru here with a look at some of the games I sampled in the past week. As always, I'll be rating them out of 10 based on how interested I am in playing more of them. Vera Blanc, Ghost in the Castle. I played the previous game in this series in which Vera Blanc battled a werewolf. And unfortunately I was unable to complete it because a glitch rendered a certain puzzle type unsolvable. I'm sorry to report that this glitch has been recreated in the sequel, and it can't be completed either. I'd love to play more of this series. The story is intriguing and the hybrid VN puzzle gameplay works fine. Hopefully a patch will render this playable in the future. 2 out of 10. Loot Run. A truly baffling experience, this brawler manages the strange feat of having an extremely long tutorial, which somehow failed to prepare me at all for the actual game. After going through an extended primer about a warlord encountering an angel and discovering the world is far stranger than he realized, I started the game proper and found myself dying over and over again in the first proper battle. Continuing the game would require playing the tutorial all over again to see if I've missed anything, and that doesn't seem like a good option. 3 out of 10. Hidden Deep. I've been open about my love for this game's various demos in the past, and nothing in this early access release has done anything to dampen my passion for it. There's still a few wonky control issues, and the final new level is something of a mess, but the challenge modes more than make up for that, offering endlessly replayable situations. I can't wait to see how this evolves as development continues. 9 out of 10. Cold Verdict. This escape room-themed VN tells an interesting enough story. A group of people wake up in a basement, they're all somehow connected to a train bombing 1 year previous, and a sinister mastermind is determined to do whatever it takes to uncover their secrets so he can mete out his own form of justice. It's short, taking under an hour to complete, making it a perfect game for players to go back to multiple times so that they can see the variations in how the story can play out. Unfortunately, the ending offers no closure on the overall story, just the kidnapping plot, so players are left hanging over the whole train bombing thing. Perhaps a sequel is planned? I beat it out of 10. Heaven Dust 2. I enjoyed the previous game in this series, a top-down riff on the original Resident Evil, and while this sequel doesn't break any new ground, rather than moving to a city under siege, it's merely set in another, larger mansion with a lab in it. It's far more impressive than the first game was. The combat has been improved, the puzzles are more clearly delineated. If it weren't for some annoying bosses, this would be fantastic all around. Yes, it's largely a rehash of the previous game, but it's also an improvement in every way that matters. I'm definitely going to be finishing this. 9 out of 10. Jewel Match Atlantis Solitaire 3. A truly epic collection of solitaire games, Jewel Match 3 is built around a series of Tri-Peaks-style card layouts, with a variety of complicating elements that force the player to go after specific cards before they can complete the level, as well as a shop full of assist items they can purchase. By beating levels, the player earns stars that unlock a dozen different types of solitaire minigames, mahjong levels, and even a virtual fish tank that the player can fill with elaborate castles and a colorful assortment of fish. As a casual card game to play while waiting for something else to happen, Jewel Match Atlantis 3 has basically everything anyone could want. 7 out of 10. Retro Ninja Cyber Assassin. This feels like a blast from the 90s, a Doom wad unearthed on some random floppy disk from the back of a storage locker. It plays like a melee-focused Doom, with super floaty movement allowing the player to slide around blocky environments filled with crudely digitized enemies. The main attraction here is the absurd level of gore as every enemy explodes into a cloud of body parts and blood, allowing the player to pick up their limbs to wield as single-use cudgels. It's bizarre, alienating, and way too difficult to play, so it's perfectly successful in recreating the Doom mod scene of the mid to late 1990s. 5 out of 10. That's it for this week. I've been the Hidden Object Guru, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Special thanks to my patrons Marissa, Eduardo, Brian, and Joanne. I'll see you back here once I've played more games, but until then, au revoir.